name is Apollo Abrams. I'm from Columbus, Georgia. I claim the South Side, Oakland Park. For anybody who knows what that is. And I'm an artist. I paint acrylics or anything that somebody let me paint on. That'll work too. So I started off real young. Actually, my grandma, she did oil painting. She used to take me to this place called the Chicken Coop in Columbus. We used to do oil paintings. We used to paint stuff like, barns and waterfalls. But it taught me a lot. I really liked it. It was really a good outlet. From then, I just started drawing. I started entering my stuff into art contests. A lot of people don't know that. And then, I started doing the military thing. People in my family was like, oh, you're not going to make it as an artist. It's not going to be money in that. They just wanted me to succeed. So they didn't think that art would be something that would be successful for me. So, after a while, I tried the military thing and I tried the corporate thing and that shit was whack. So I went right back to where I started from, arts. And, ever since then, I've been loving it. So as a jit till now, that's something I always loved as an outlet. And I just made it into something that I'm going to do full time. My life, I'm not really good at expressing myself. That's just something I always had a struggle with. Especially growing up in the South, like learning to be so reserved and stuff like that. I never was able to put what I was going through. I never felt like anybody understood. That's really what it was. I never really felt like anybody understood what I was going through, especially in my family or, the people around me. So drawing the stuff in my head, the stuff that I was feeling, it kept me moving because I was able to let that stuff out. You can't keep that stuff bottled in. So that was the only way I was able to let that out, is to draw how I was feeling, what I was doing, the crazy stuff that was going on in my head. That inspires me. Just life itself, the struggles of just growing up and learning how the fuck to deal with life, period. Like that's what inspires me. My dad has always taught me and my brothers that you are a wolf and not a sheep. So with that being said, he always says that wolf, they gonna go for theirs. It's a dog eat dog world out here. He taught us how to be hustlers, how to survive, how to it's not, you don't have to be against the world as long as you doing what you need to do. You being the best you could be. The world is gonna conform to you. So after a while, I started realizing what he was saying. Like, okay, I get it. Even though of course he want me to be the best, he want me to succeed, so he wanted me to do corporate. But just realizing what he said, I was like, I'm a wolf. I'm about to take this shit. Like, this is what I want to do. So what he said before, I'm about to let the world conform to me. I'm about to do what I'm about to do. Like, I don't even think about beating the odds or this and third. I think about, this is me and this is what I'm doing. Like, that's the only thought in my head. This is me, this is what I'm doing. I don't really give a fuck about nothing else, as far as, people saying, oh, you're not gonna do it, beating the odds and this, that, and the third. As long as I know this is what I want to do and it's in my heart, it's gonna beat out the odds either way it go. Cause I'm gonna do what it needs to do, what I need to do to take over as far as the art. So when I first started doing art, a lot of people didn't even know I could draw. So of course people was like, you have to do art? You don't even draw. So I was just like, fuck it, I don't really care. I'm just about to do it. So my first art show was kind of like my breaking out, which was like February 28th, the Blackout. That was like my breaking out, like I'm about to show y'all my art. So people was coming to the art show and it was like, oh, this is yours. Like, yeah, some of this is mine or whatever. So when it comes to support, even now when people see me on the uprise and they see me doing certain things and people calling me, recognizing, you still got people who I thought I was like this with, who just, they support at a distance. They like, oh, we support you on Facebook commenting. Oh, we support you. I'ma like this status, but they don't really do nothing else. So it's still, I'm really learning who's really there and who's really not. And as far as my family, when I first said I was gonna be an artist, when I was young, it was kind of like, well, why don't you do business? We don't think you gonna make a lot of money doing art. And it wasn't that they didn't support my dream, is that, you know, your family wants you to not struggle. They want you to be successful. They want you to not go through certain hardships. So they was kind of like, do this, that way you will have this. But they don't understand that struggling is a part of life. So once I kind of presented to them that this is what I'm doing this shit, and I just took it seriously, they took it seriously. So the support goes as much as I go as far as taking it serious. Like if you're doing something that you love, like Erykah Badu said, you know, I'm an artist, I'm sensitive about my shit. So if something don't get picked for a show, you know, I take that criticism, but it's kind of like, dang, is there something wrong with me? Is something wrong with my stuff? Like maybe I'm not cut out for it. Or like you said, you see people going on the uprise, you be like, dang, I thought I was better than that person. But it's all in timing. That's when I have to tell myself that constantly. It's not something I, you know, just woke up one day and learned. It's really all in timing. So I get discouraged. I doubt myself. But that's where your support comes in at. You know, because sometimes they see things that you don't see in yourself, and they support you, and they're just like, you know, like I have a friend, Jamaica, Jasmine, and Shayna, they always say, look, you good, keep going, you doing this, do this. You know, my dad and my mom, they tell me that all the time, because sometimes I do. I'm like, well, maybe I should just go back to corporate. Like, no, this is the happiest you've been, because they seeing stuff in you that you don't see. So that's where your support come in, because you know, when you're doing stuff you love, sometimes you do doubt yourself. I can't speak for nobody else. I doubt myself sometimes. I think about that. So just knowing that I'm doing something that I truly, truly love, something that I know I can see myself doing forever. The fulfillment in itself, you know, you don't get many people who fulfill their purpose in life. You don't get many people who do things that they love. Like, I feel like sometimes that's a 1 in a million. You have those people who work 9 to 5. They work their 9 to 5. They only in it for the money, or this ain't a third. But to truly love what you do, that's a whole nother different type of joy that I haven't felt until this year when I started doing that. So the fulfillment, that's why I struggle, you know. If it wasn't for the joy and love, I probably wouldn't struggle. I'd be like, fuck this. Shoot, at some point, I was just like, I don't really give a damn. Like, I'm doing what I love. Like, you can't beat out what you love. Like, it ain't no use in. I feel like I'm not about to sit there and think about where I should be, because I'm doing something that I love, something that I haven't gotten a chance to do in years. I'm not about to sit, you know, like I said, it's all in timing, you know, and everybody is not like, you know, me, you. Everybody's not like us. Everybody's not gonna follow their dream. Sure, you have to be damn near crazy to follow something you love, because you're falling down, you walking in the doors, and it's always something when you doing an entrepreneurship or you doing something you love. So when it comes to people telling me or coming at me like, oh, you a woman, oh, you black, oh, you should be this, it's always fuck that shit all day, because, you know, don't nobody have the joy that I have right now for doing what I love to do. So it's always gonna be that versus whatever they got to say. It's always being under, as a black woman in any male dominant field, you on two vices. You're a woman and you black. So I mean, with that, you gotta be dominant. Like, you really just gotta be like, look, I love this shit and I'm gonna do this shit regardless. And then if you go into anything with that mentality, you always gonna come out on top, because you're gonna beat the odds regardless, because you always gonna be like, I'm doing this. It's not no, well, what if, well, I may. It's gonna be, I'm doing this. So in the male dominant world, you get underestimated, but it's cool, because every time I get underestimated, they always come back around and be like, well, you know, Apollo, I do need, well, okay, I already knew it. Right now, I'm just building my brand, because I'm trying to build an empire. That's what I want to do. I always wanted an art gallery. I wanted an art gallery. I wanted to do clothing. Like, this is one of my designs. That's anything of the arts. I love it so much, and I just wanted to, you know, put it all together. Like, curate shows, do an art gallery, art magazine, an art blog, just to show the love that I have for art with other people on the scale that I love it at. So that's my next step. Just trying to do, trying to work towards that. I know it's not gonna happen in like a year, so I'm working towards it. But that's what I want to do. They get so caught up in following the trend, or with the media or Facebook or anybody else has to say about their stuff, that they forget that they have their own mind. Like, you don't have to, like, my stuff is not gonna look like everybody else's stuff. It's not. Because my mind is not like everybody else's mind. I think that's what the generation is missing, that you can be your own person and still be cool. You can be your own person and still be great. Like, you don't have to follow that next person. You don't have to follow behind that trend. It's the creativity in you. Like, you don't have to, the trend is what really, I think, is our downfall, the trend. It's a downfall for everybody. As far as the message, every painting is basically me, in a sense. It's me and my struggle. So if somebody else look at my paintings or look at how I feel and say, you know what, I'm feeling that, I've been through that, that not only releases me, but it releases them. So as far as looking at my paintings and seeing themselves in it, I feel like that is just, that's upliftment for me and for them. It's releasing. It's like a victim telling their story and somebody else saying, hey, I was that person. That's how my paintings are. I put myself in every single painting, especially in, I paint a lot of women. That's how it is. I put myself in it, so somebody could look at it and be like, you know what, I feel that because that was me. I'm like, okay, well, you just release me and release you, because now I feel so not alone and you feel so not alone. We just connected on an art level. So if I have a platform, that's hopefully what it is. Just standing up for what's right, like doing the right thing, being the best me I could be. Like, that's the only thing I would really want to be remembered as. Just, I did what I felt was right by myself and by other people. And through my art, hopefully I released some people who felt like they was alone as well. Because I know how that feels, and I definitely don't want anybody to feel, like they're alone. That's a horrible feeling. So if I was remembered for anything, hopefully it'll be that. You can go to my Facebook page, Apollo Abrams, or you can follow me on callme_Apollo, and hopefully there's a website coming soon. But for now, callme_Apollo on Instagram, Twitter, and Apollo Abrams on Facebook. Be great, be you, and just stay true to what you want to do.